Hello, Kimera Hashiv and Jew is Mr. Joseph, Hamia Furachan and Paslich and an Alaba, Hamia and Show, um, because I have a Gaelic exam on Friday tomorrow, and I'm desperately trying to get my conversation skills up to a point where I can at least talk in the exam. My Gaelic isn't actually that bad, but the standard that they need and the questions they'll be asking, I find that my tongue is a little bit twisted and tied. And like everyone else, I don't get the chance to speak Gaelic as often as I could. It's not exactly the number one international language that everyone's flocking to learn. So that's another added problem. Although with other students, I do manage to practice. So I'm here today to share with you my experience um, and to go over some of the things that they'll ask. Now, all of this week, I've been having little illuminative moments, if I can call them that, little moments where I become aware that some of my pronunciation is perhaps not what it should be. And one of those moments happened yesterday with the word friend. Now, I'm just going to type this so you can see it. It's pronounced um, uh, um, uh, carriage. Okay, I think I've spelled it wrong there, but let me just see if I can find it. It's pronounced carriage. Kharij with an H, I think. Uh, let's see, just to see if I can find it. No, I'm obviously not spelling it correctly, am I? There it is. You see this one here? Uh, I'm not sure if you can see what I'm looking at, but basically it's this. I've not been saying this word correctly. I've been pronouncing this as Karijan. It's actually Karsten. Karsten. Okay, so just a little moment for you to reflect if you've been following me this week on these questions. Karsten. So you have carriage and Karsten. Right, let's get back to what we're going to do today then. Um, so this uh, these are the questions that she's going to be asking me. All right, not all of these. I'll just go back to the part we were at a moment ago. There we are. Okay, I created 100 questions to help myself go over, but these are the topics she'll actually be asking about. So let's begin. Right, Cymra Haw, a Joseph, Hami, Cleva and Jew, Cymra Haw, Hen. Ah, Gleva, uh-huh. Cymra Haw and teacher. She Martin va a hawn an paslich and Jew. Ah, Cadw fel y ffwrach ham I ffwrach an paslich. Aha, paslich. Course a how? Ham I paslich kutchuk. Ah, you're from Paisley also. So yes, I live in Paisley and I'm from Paisley. Ah, Gleva. Um, Cymra ha am bala paslich. Yes, Gleva. Ha paslich vor agus agus haisnock. Aha. She might also say Cymra ha and Tiche, which is place. I've not checked the pronunciation of that, but I need to do that. Um, right. It says here, talk about where you're from. So we've just done that. I've just said where I'm from. She said, Catchaville Uafurach. Catchaville, she might say Catchaville Uanish. Where are you now? Are you in Paisley? And I can always, go on the offensive and ask her a question. How in Dunedin, Nichael? You're in Edinburgh, aren't you? That might take up an extra moment. Um, right. Also, if we go further down here, she might start asking questions. Now, that word that I just mentioned for you a moment ago, Karsten, that also means relatives as well as friends. So she could say, uh, Avel Chelach Akit or Avel Karsten Akit. Do you have relatives around you? She's probably going to use this word, Chelach, I would imagine. Avel Chelach Akit, Hami Posta, Agus Hami Brahar Akam. Gleva, And then she's going to say something like, J and Tenem aher to Vrahar. J and Tenem aher to Vrahar. She Andra aher. Gleva. Aveu Mac no Nien, Eke, or Ek Tuvrahar. Ek Tuvrahar. Ha own vac. Gleva. Jane Tenham a hair. Vac Ek Tuvrahar. On the son who's at your brother. Very complex. And I'll be answering Shay Paul. How post in a hail? Ha. Jintenum a hair to Ben. Can you mi posta ri Ben? Ha mi posta ri fair? I guess she avilio a hair mo hair. So otherwise, maybe I could just say mo ben she Maria ahora on her. Maria is on her. That's her name. To be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be so easy for me to say all of this, But she gets to the bit about parents. I mean, really. Can't you be able to farint in a furach? I mean, she knows I'm old, so she does ask this. Really, it would be a bit much, of course. My parents are dead, So, can't you be able to farint in a furach? So I'll just make something up if she asks. Oh, mo furintin? Ha mo furintin, ma farintin, a furach anan Glasgow anish. Here she's asking again. Aveo macnonian ek de vrahar. Avel Macnonian Ek de Vraher, we've done that already. So she's going to be moving on then. She'll be asking me about work. Avel Operakit. Hami ek oper in linea. I work online and in Skype. Gleva. Catchevelu ek oper and in Skype. Avel oper ak to Vraher. Mi Vraher hamo Vraher. Akopar anan Dunedin anan garage. Cacciavele Anish. Where is he now? Anish Hae Agentai. He's at home. Yeah, there's so many other things so many other places she could go with this. Okay, but I think that's probably the bulk of it. So yeah, my weakness is talking about family. So let's just move on to some of these questions. Cachavelu, uh, um, ahami anan paslich anish. Avilu anan Glasgow and drasta, chanyew, hami anan paslich anish. How anan storna van a chale? Uh, hami anan storna way. Just to shut it up, I might say that. Cachavel and Banca and Savala show. Ha ansraj sakiho. Ha bale show more na chale. Um, Bali show more. Remember with Bali, this is another pronunciation thing. It's not simply Bala. I made that mistake yesterday. Bala means wall. It's ballet. There's an E there. Okay. Ballet. Avilu a furach an an alaba. Avilu a furach an an alaba. Ha, hami a furach an an alaba. Ha, an an paslich. How ans an eilen skinnach. Skianach na chel. Chanyew hami an an paslich. Catchavel and tai akits. An an paslich kutchuk. Avil Inverness fesk Glasgow chanyew. Chanyew Inverness fesk Glasgow. Inverness is not near Glasgow. Catchavel and station rail and show. Ha and station rail. Um, and an Srage Gilmore and an Paslich. How a frúach an ze Valamór na chéal. Ha Paslich Valimór. Valivor. Cat je wil de vraag a frúach, ha mo vrahar a frúach an an innernish. I will do fewer a frúach an an Paris. Chanyew fewer acum. I don't have a sister. You see, this is the thing. I'm really useless at lying. She said, "Oh, just make things up. You can tell me anything." Yeah, but if I do that, I'm not going to remember what I told her a minute ago. If I start saying I have a sister who works for, I don't know, Coté in Paris or whatever, yeah, then the next sentence she asks me, does your sister have a cat? I'm going to say, what? What sister? I don't have a sister. So it's better if I try to be truthful, I think. My granny used to say that. It's better to be honest with everything. Yeah, right. Had the carriage a furachan in Canada na chael. Mo carriage a furachan in Canada. Does your friend live in Canada? Just that little note from the beginning of our conversation. The plural, it becomes Karstjen. Okay. Yeah. So I've been pronouncing it Charijin. It's not correct. Karstjen. Okay. And this is Charij. Ha an teacher a furach fashker an office na chael. Chanyew fysakum. Chanyew fysakum. Tai na teacher. I don't know the house of the teacher. In context, she's not going to ask me that anyway, is she? Catchavel na clown a furach. Chanyew clown acum. I don't have kids. Hatu charij a furach an am Ballybeg na chael. Your friend is living in the small town, isn't he? Chanyew mo charij a furach an Vancouver and in Canada. Ha Ballet uh, more. You see, this is the thing. I always end up saying too much. And when you say too much, you get yourself into trouble. You get your words lost. If I just give her what she needs to know, that might be easier rather than give her long, complex things that she can kill me with. A bheadh te bhathair a fuairteach an an alba. Ha mo mahar a fuairteach an an alba. Caite bhéal a ní in agat a fuairteach. Um, Chanyew ní in acam. I don't have a daughter asking me where she lives. Right. Had i bhreathar a fuairteach an an duine na chéal. Chanyew mo bhreathar a fuairteach an an Innerníis. A glas go bréach na chéal. Ha, a glas go bréach. Gimmer a ha an baile acit. Gleibh uh, gleibh ha paslich um, ha isnog. Paslich ha paslich isnog. Ha paslich snog. Paslich ha isnog. Ha an amser ma an an alba na chéal. Chanyew ha an amser ma an an alba. No, the weather isn't good in Scotland. Ha Innerníis conniu na chéal. Is Inverness brilliant? Chanyew ha Innerníis scanew. Yeah, well, if I'm going to say no, I'll need to have something else to say, you know? Oh, I could just say, no, Inverness is not brilliant. What about, um, I say, Chanyew ha Innerníis scanew. No, Inverness is not great. That would do it, wouldn't it? I will tolicje ans an tai uur acid. Ha mi tolicje ans an tai uur acum in my new house, yes. Let's move on to the next bit. Right, so we're still with family, okay? So you can see that word there, but it's lenited this time, so it's not going to be chialach. It's the T is going to be silent, I guess. So it's going to be hialach now, I suppose, because if you think of ha, the T is never pronounced. So here, what was chialach now becomes hilach. That's my logic anyway. I haven't asked anyone about that. I can check in the dictionary, but that's what I think it is. So, had hilach tolich an an balla beg na chéal? That was a bit quick. Let me analyze that. Is your family happy in the little town? Chanyew. Ha mo chiachlach tolich an an balla beg. So I can just repeat her words if I remember them. I don't think she's going to be asking me about anyone being happy. At least I hope she doesn't. It's just hard to put the words together. I mean, I'm definitely getting better at this than I was when we started a few days ago. But it's just saying all this stuff quick enough. Avelúas yn Fúrich and in Glasgow. I think that means, are you for living in Glasgow? Can you? Hami Toliche and in Paslich. Ha and teacher Toliche ans a Valavor na Chael. Chanyew Fishacum, I don't know anything about the teacher. Ha and la and ju snog na chael. 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 Is the day today nice? The day today is nice, isn't it? Ha, hi, snog. Ha. It's a bit easy that. It got me by surprise. Ha balashogli van a chael. Uh, ha balashogli va. Ha. Ha balashogli va. Ha. Ha. Cosa ha Seamus? Chanel Fisacum. Um, uh, uh, ha an Indonesian Nichel, isn't he in Edinburgh? Don't know. Yeah, so she's not going to be asking me stuff like that, is she? Because we don't have people to ask about. She's not going to ask me what I remember from the script we were practicing with in class, although she did that in the classes. She would say, "Oh, what do you remember with the conversation that Marco had with Carla or whatever?" Yeah, that was quite alarming. Cymra ha Callum Campbell, Agliva, hi Agliva. Okay, so yeah, I think we can skip some of those. Cadw Divak and Drasta. Can you make acum ach movrahar mac eke? Had a carriage an Indonesian Nahale, can you ham o carriage an in Glasgow? Had the feud an in Glasgow Nahale, she keeps asking me, well, she doesn't, this system does. Had the feud an in Glasgow Nahale, can you fiúracham? I don't have a sister. Avil Seamus ans an office. Um, ha ha Seamus ans an office. Ha du vrahar an an alaba na chael. Ha mo vrahar a fúrach an an alaba ach ach ha a Kilmarnock. Catchavel and teacher an in school. Chan you fishacum hat and skull Michael. It just means in the school, isn't it? Ha administer an an English Michael. Ha uh, ha administer and an English. Yeah, if you remember what she says, if she uses one of these Michael things, it would be quite good because then you could just repeat the statement. But it's getting into the way of this. I think I'll just need to be on my guard because I'm not the quickest at giving responses. I'm very much the rabbit in the headlight, of the car. Had to carriage an skull na chéal chynnéo mo carriagean ha mo carriagean ans an Dunedin and Jew today they're in Edinburgh. Catchaveo na clown chynnéo clown acum. I don't have kids, so don't ask me where they are. Ach um uh, clown ha clown uh, Ek Movrahar. My brother has kids. Hyant and Tai Nakale. Movrahar ha Hyant and Tai and you. Catchaville E and Rasta. So that's a woman with the E there. Catchaville and Rasta. Where's she now? I don't know who they mean, but if I had a sister, I'd put her in a car or in a garage. Hi, an garage on an Edinburgh. Ha iad ans a boo na chael. Ha iad ans an boo, they're in the shop. Boo is shop. Avili ans an hospital chaneo ha iad, well, it's avil e, so it's pronounced e is the woman. Avili ans an hospital, chaneo, Hi, and boo. Hi, Tolage and an Ober Ekin a Chael. Ha, ha. Hamitology and an Operacum. There we are. Right, that'll do me for now. So thank you for this, and I'll be back later with more last-minute attempts to get my Gaelic perfect before tomorrow. Thank you, Martian Net. Chidi and Drazda.